Good afternoon and welcome to DieDragonDie presents the Legends campaign episode 53. I'm your DM and host Marty, joined by Adam and Ahmed. We are still waiting on Mark, but I think we can begin without him. How is everyone's
Screw
week?
that guy.
Screw that guy. We're going to play some D&D.
Screw that guy.
This week, it's officially summer, and my grass that I planted 2 weeks ago and bruised my hands, and I came in whining like a baby. It's growing. It has sprouted. It's working. I'm allowed to go back home to Saskatchewan and tell my farming family that the grass grew, and that'll be, of course, it grew, and then the story will stop there, as opposed to them going, "So how's your grass?" And then me going and taking a picture of like the neighbor's lawn and saying, "Look, it's perfect."
Saskatchewan and your family being from on the farm, so
Yep.
If you couldn't grow grass, then you'd be ostracized. Is that it?
I've got to say,
yeah.
I've been able to grow grass, and I'm from a desert.
It grew. That's the thing. It's growing. We did flower beds today.
Simple formula: put in ground, add water.
I actively avoid owning plants. Too much work.
I've got a maple tree in the front yard, and that bastard has tried to populate half the neighborhood. So I was pulling out little friggin' saplings all throughout the place the last couple of days. Yeah,
I hate them.
Why don't you let them sprout up?
Well, because if I have a tree that is right about 2 inches from my foundations,
it's gonna
in
bust
20
right
years,
through, son.
it's going to be bad.
You're gonna have a leaky basement. Okay, got it. All right.
Yep.
This is my earth cave right here. It looks so natural. That's because it is. How'd you do it? I let that shit go.
I just let it go.
Awesome. All right, so Adam's got grass. What about Ahmed?
Am's got kids.
Kids.
Wake him up bloody early. And he... Oh, no, it's good. Work was alright. I slept a little bit, which is fantastic. Been waiting for game.
Yeah, I caught up. I caught up in sleep this morning.
Oh, did you?
Getting used to it. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. It's like,
Did you get more than 3 hours, buddy?
The other night I didn't. I got up because I've got these movie posters that are metal, and I tried to reuse the sticky magnets from my old apartment, and I put them all along the stairs, and there's a gap between the stairs and the floor downstairs. So all night long, these things were dropping from the walls, but dropping like a story. and crashing into shit. So it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. I thought someone was breaking in when the first one came down. So I'm fucking already rolled out of bed in combat mode. I'm like, what's going on?
Dude, you can scare the crap out of... Nobody will invade you. Do you want me to tell you how? Very quick thing. Throw a towel over your head and go, la, 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 and no one will even come close to you, dude.
Are you saying the beard is looking respectable? Okay, for intimidate
Dude,
checks, got it.
you can, yeah, you're in the club. I'm just saying. Just gotta say the word. We'll send you your card in the mail. Welcome. It's even spelled wrong. I'm ready.
All right.
Okay, we need a recap with a little bit of detail because my Ashawanian internet. Oh my, that internet. Oh guys, last week the internet, my life. Oh god.
Yeah, it was near the end of the game. So last game was basically the backstory of Midwick Sprockets, which is Ahmed's secondary character.
He's awesome. I love him.
Midwick is a master gunsmith and gunslinger from the Imperium. He's gnomish, however, which means he has lived in an enclave that is sort of like a subjugated sort of place where the gnomes get to live as long as they prove their service to the Empire. The service of the particular enclave that you're from is gunsmithing and the ability to use sort of more advanced technology in doing that development. Of course, that development is all kept under a very, very rigid control. But last game was basically the rise and fall of Midwick Sprockets. Midwick became almost like the leader of the enclave over a great span of decades. He was in charge of figuring out what to research next. He was in charge of being the liaison between the Empire and the gnomes themselves. He would do demonstrations of the newest weapons that the inner circle of the Empire and all the nobles and Imperial princes sort of ate up. He also began to inspect the weapons of troops that belonged to the Empire on far-off fields. So he began to travel and knew that the Empire maintained contact with other planets that were under their control to varying degrees through the Songgate. Now, one fateful day, he got to interact directly with one of the Imperial princes. This is not a normal thing. And the Imperial princes, this one acted sort of like a spoiled child and refused to take any advice from Midwick and accidentally blew off a couple of his own fingers playing with a more advanced firearm. He blamed Midwick and the gnomes, and basically his solution to the problem would be, well, no one can make fun of me if none of them are alive. So
he's kind of a dick.
Midwick and his fellow gnomes quickly decided they were going to defend themselves, but this brought them into direct conflict not only with the Empire, but with some of the higher echelon nobles of the Empire. Now, this Imperial prince was probably a prince by title. He probably didn't have a lot of responsibilities in the Empire, but a strike against the Imperial family, Midwick knows that he's doomed because of that.
And probably doomed the Enclave.
Perhaps this may spread to the Enclave. Maybe the Enclave might be more important enough to survive this.
Midwick might be able to throw himself upon his own sword in front of the nobility to save the Enclave.
Hell no.
Okay. Midwick's honor?
Midwick is neutral. And not neutral stupid.
and not lawful. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, well, he still could be, but I get the sense that neutral is a really acceptable alignment for Midwick right now. And we kind of organically figured that out based on how he acted last game. So, Midwick's now on the run, and he knows that there is a very, very dangerous man called the Reverend, who is an inquisitor of the Five-Faced God, whose job it is to hunt down the most dangerous criminals and ne'er-do-wells in the Empire
boy,
itself.
you disappoint me and make me point you towards the rapture. You turn away from the Five-Faced God and out of the Imperium.
Midwick and the Reverend
like
actually
hell.
exchanged bullets. More like the Reverend
No,
pulled out his
no,
guns
not accurate.
quickly.
Not accurate.
And
Not an
basically-
accurate description there, Marty.
And as you were escaping from one ship to another, he filled you full of holes and
Yep,
blew,
that's
and
more accurate.
blew off your left arm, which is now kind of leaking all sorts of gaseous form because you had a gaseous form potion in your hand, and there's something wrong with your arm. You pass out on the deck of the ship, and you have a bit of a dream. It was all dark, but at the center of the darkness is a little pinprick of glowing light that's humming softly.
I have a small question.
Yes.
Was it the arm that he inserted the gem in, or was it the other arm? Because before he wanted to insert his...
It was in the arm, but we said we put it in one of my organs instead.
Oh, you popped in an organ? Okay.
Into a flap.
It's center mass.
core.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he didn't
Just
lose
checking.
his mythic
I need
power.
this. I need this.
Although there are new holes in there too.
Yep.
There's a twinkling light. As you float towards it, you see that it's the small crystal that is in the center of you. You could see it pulsing and humming slightly. And you know its potential. Not only will this crystal make you strong, but you could grow an entirely new grotto. It's a seed. there's this little tiny thing inside, and you're not too sure. Did something move inside the crystal? And then the smiling face of your cousin, Adarana, casting spells and bringing you. Oh no, you don't. You're not going to get shot and leave me by myself. You're back in the sewers.
Oh, he's putting his finger in a hole. Oh, son of a big bee.
I'll get to that one in a moment, she says.
Oh, I shouldn't have made those bloody guns.
Buttercup comes up to you and is licking the blood off your face.
No, don't get a taste of it. I've seen what you do.
He whines a little bit, which is kind of strange given the size of the dog. This would be a big dog for a medium person, and you guys are small.
There's a small grizzly bear licking your face.
Here, I'll change.
Size of the house.
Maps. So I'm on the conversation layer, and there's Midwick Sprockets and his cousin.
You disappoint me, boy.
No, he's not there.
How much damage? I have a couple of potions I can drink to
we'll
heal
say
myself.
that she's expended most of her healing, and you're back to full. Minus your arm.
Okay.
Your arm's a weird, gassy stump.
That's also
Weird.
cool.
Is it a full arm or like full gas?
It's kind of like down by the elbow. It then tapers away, and it's just sort of leaking gas. It's all wrapped up in bandages at this moment, but your arm is gone.
Okay.
There was nothing left to stick back on. It must have fell on the boat, or maybe it was just blown apart. Stupid guns.
Saved my life.
Gunpowder.
Thank you. Can't say I'm in one piece, but that's my fault.
Well, you can thank the tree spirit that...
Oh, what'd you call it again? Yaga or something? Yoga? Thank your trees.
She scrunches up her face. She's really dirty. She and the dog had to drag you back into the sewers. You're in some storm drain. You're not sure exactly where you are, but
No, to be fair, she's got a 20 strength, so
Yeah.
she's pretty good at dragging.
We're gonna have to get the hell out of here. This, even on the ship, you'll be able to find us.
oh sure.
Gonna make it any ship.
Now he wants to know about the tree spirit. She's brushing some of the junk out of Buttercup's hair.
We've got to leave this place. He's got way too many resources here.
Our people used to live in the boughs and in the tangles of a great tree.
Well, how can you get there from here? How do you get there? Freaking headache. Did he hit me in the head? Damn. Well, the other thing is the song gates. Can use one of those. But we need papers. There's a group of guys. They help sometimes. Well, maybe they're gonna have to pay him. But I fucking reverend my ass. Alright.
Are you saying we have to leave the Enclave?
I do. I don't know what the hell they're gonna do to them. I hope they pin everything on me. I don't want him after you either. He didn't see you. He just saw me. I don't wanna.
Lots of those soldiers in the arena saw both of us and Buttercup.
Damn it. Then. Okay, let Mom know. Sorry, excuse me. Right. Here we child. All right. Then a journey in front of us. There's gonna be a long journey ahead of us, And don't ask me where we're going. Away from here. We need some time. We need someplace safe, where his fingers don't reach that far, or his bullets. He's going to. I'm gonna rest for an hour. All right. He's gonna spend a mythic point and recuperate his spells.
Okay.
Redo. I mean, my potion, my extracts.
That's so awesome.
I'm just gonna check real quick.
Yeah,
How much?
She waits.
Just checking what I used last time. How many mythic points did I use last time? None.
You're the hero of the Substrata conflict. I don't know anything about the sewers, she says.
It's. Don't worry about them for now. We'll just. I'll be able to get us out of here.
Does this only go anywhere where the Empire is not?
That's what I need these guys to help me out with. You might have heard of them. It's a group of, how can I say? Well, criminals. They might be able to get us papers, get us through Sungate, and get somewhere where the Empire doesn't have any power. That's a possibility. We just need to get to them. We should be able to do that fairly easily, but it's just he's starting to mix some potions. And his mutagen. His mutagen, he didn't get a chance to drink, so he doesn't have to redo it.
Okay.
So 3 of those, 2 of those. Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
At this point, I think I'm going to hand it off to Adam. We're going to hand the reins of DMing. I allowed Mark to run a scene last game, and then Adam's going to run a scene this game for Midwick's backstory. Of course, Adam also ran a scene. No, Mark ran a scene for Adam during Donovan's backstory.
Yes. The diplomizing of the chicken man.
Yes. I think they were called Strix, but...
Well, I'm not on that place. I'm not on that planet anymore. Chicken man.
Got it.
The chicken man.
Okay, so they're somewhere in the sewers near the harbor, and Midwick is finished resting.
Okay.
Adarena does not have that power. She is not mythic, I don't think.
No.
She is a considerable level healer, but she spent most of it bringing you back to life, basically.
Yeah.
Undoing hundreds of damage.
And she,
all right.
does, she does have a spell called. She doesn't have Breath of Life. Interesting. She just has a lot of
Healing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she took True Seeing.
She might have had a scroll or something.
Just
Maybe.
wait a sec. Is she mythic? Because then she might be able to just mythic point any spell she wants, which is why she wouldn't need a Breath of
She's
Life.
not mythic.
She's not mythic.
Oh, she will be. Don't worry, we'll give her the mythic. I just don't know what that entails. It was an apple before.
So get an apple. Paint it gold.
Give her heavy metal poisoning.
So Midwick's got his son hanging out with him. No, Midwick's got his one pistol slung. Actually, he's got both pistols slung and loaded.
Okay, so
and they're both on his right arm, so he'll just use one, and then drop it, and then use the other one, and then because they're slung, he can reload it. Is that okay? Can he reload it using as a free action, or is it a move now?
It's interesting to reload with one hand. You said the arm was blown off at the elbow?
Yep.
DC 10 dex check to use your stump to hold as your other limb to reload. Does that feel okay, Ahmed?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you kind of stick it under your armpit, and you're like jamming
Yeah,
stuff
so
in. And then,
Okay.
DC,
that's
DC,
cool.
DC 10 dex check. If you fail it, you drop the gun, and you'll have to pick it up.
It's on a sling.
It's typically not how stuff works in D&D. All right, I'm just checking Adirana's skills. She is not much of a civic person. She doesn't have any sort of knowledges, or well, she has a few knowledges. You're in the sewers.
Yep.
You from last time, you knew that you were looking for 3 brothers that were part of the underground. Your arm has been recently blown off and is now a wispy bit of smoke emanating from your fresh stump. And you're in the sewers near the harbor district. What do you do?
Do I know how to get in touch with these guys?
Knowledge
know where they are.
Knowledge local would be to know where they are. You could use diplomacy to gather information if there was people nearby to gather information from.
You can't talk to anybody. Okay. What do they do? What are they known for?
Give me an int check to sort of expand your. Actually, give me an int check and then give me a craft alchemy check.
Okay, int is 18.
Okay,
Craft.
they handle a lot of different smuggling type operations. That's what they're known for.
Okay, and then craft alchemy. 50.
You know that
50.
you know that if you are looking for pathways in which recipes for gun making leave the kingdom or leave the empire,
Thanks for the follow.
This is one of the pathways. So through them, they are known to have traded in not specifically guns themselves, although they will deal with them. It's more like gun recipes or gun instructions, gun manuals.
One thing I noticed
All
about
right.
Midwick's sheet is that he's probably really good at navigating through the sewers.
Yeah.
High survival?
No, he's got really high knowledge engineering and knowledge dungeoneering.
Oh, my survival is, yeah, it's okay.
And his survival is decent. Plus experience. And then, architecture in the Imperial City probably is pretty static.
So with the 50 on the craft check, knowing that they do sell gun type stuff, you also heard rumors that they are indeed in the harbor district, which would make sense for a smuggling group.
JT Tank, thanks for the follow.
Sweet. I guess we're gonna have to go to the. I'm trying to think.
Well, perhaps he could try a little bit harder, says the cousin.
No, it's not that. What we need is Is there a place where dead bodies are? Like a place where they put dead bodies.
Yeah, well, the city is actually quite technologically sort of advanced, and there's disease is definitely an issue in major cities, and this is most definitely a major city. So yeah, there are the equivalents of morgues, as well as places in some of the more stoutly religious or contributors to the five-faced god would have.
I'm looking for someone humanish, or gnomish, a floating body around, either in the sewers or in. Yes, I look at my cousin, see if you can sniff out some bodies here. I'm looking for a human or a gnome.
What?
Just do it. If you're interested in if you're interested in knowing what the hell I'm doing,
We killed a bunch of goblins, she says.
Oh no. Are goblins okay to walk outside? I think.
Question about servitude. Are there goblins in the sort of slave castes?
Yep. But a lot of the ones that you fought are the ones that escaped into the sewers.
So yes, there are goblin slave castes on the
right now.
outside.
Can slaves walk around without masters?
With papers. With the proper markings. What did I say? It was tattoos.
Yep.
On your
There's
hands.
tattoos for indentured servants and
you wouldn't really trust one-armed people because that's kind of like a sign that somebody tried to get rid of their tattoo.
So there is something called a assume appearance.
In fact, your tattoo was on your left arm, and it's no
Which got
longer
blown off. So my assume appearance is a extract that lets me take the appearance of something that died recently, a creature that died recently.
You know, a bunch of gnomes in the Colosseum died recently. You also know that some humans died recently in the Colosseum.
Colosseum. I don't want to head there. I know there are
all of his companions, his battle companions for the last like 40 years. They're likely all dead. Yes. Way to rub it in.
Just because you
good
played
job
them.
on the DMing. You just rubbed the salt in.
I will go and grab a goblin body.
Okay, you were attacked by dozens and dozens of goblins in these sewers.
Yeah, I'll just go grab a goblin body. I can at least assume a form of this thing for a while, actually for days.
Ew.
And well, it's rather that or insta kill.
What about me?
I'll have to ask you to wait here. I'm gonna have to find out. Where these guys are.
Could you tell me the name of the spell, Ahmed?
It's called assume appearance.
Assume appearance? I just want to see if it will give you an arm back.
But I don't want to be in the sewer, she says. You know that when she gets angry, she kind of transforms a little bit?
Yeah, she beasts out.
Well, maybe there's a better place for you to hide. We'll think of something like that.
Just don't leave me down here. She gives you a look like she'll come after you if you do.
It's like, great, one more person. Fantastic. That's what I want to hear.
She has a bunch of oracle spells. There's nothing in here to help.
I don't know if this thing will give me an arm.
This is a polymorph effect. It's a third circle polymorph effect. So yeah, you assume the exact form of a deceased small or dead or small or medium creature. With the limitations on the spell, yeah, you have your little goblin, 2 arms, 2 legs. Now one of the sort of the things to point out, you cannot assume this form again because they have to die within 24 hours, so you have to keep killing things to use a spell to get your arm back.
Not a problem. Not a problem for this guy.
Oh, you look gross. You sound even grosser.
Oh, yeah, I can tell. I feel disgusting, but...
But Buttercup growls at you.
Hey, it's me, Midwick. Shit!
She actually grabs a good scruff, like a good handful of scruff to keep Buttercup back. You should go.
Right.
He's going to hide the pistols. Leave the armor. I can't take the armor.
So give me a stealth check. Or sorry, a sleight of hand, not stealth.
Okay.
Yeah. And you have quick draw, correct?
Do you have a conceal and carry permit?
That is precisely, yeah. And then you have quick draw, correct?
20 on sleight of hand,
Okay.
and I do have quick draw.
Okay, so when you go to draw your weapons, you'll be drawing them as if you didn't have quick draw. So
Okay, so it's a move action.
oh, it's as part of a move to drop each pistol.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah.
Do you do anything about your clothes, or you just?
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to drop my armor.
Okay. Are you leaving it with your cousin?
With my. Oh, my armor's magic. Crap.
Your armor's also mithril full plate, so...
Yes.
I can't wear it. Not as a goblin.
Excuse me, goblin walking through the streets. Why are you wearing this shiny tin can?
Well, can I pack it away into another bag? Like put it on another bag on my shoulder?
Yeah, you can carry the armor.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right. Adarana helps you remove the full plate, and Buttercup doesn't like the smell of your face.
We're getting...
out of here. Stay behind me.
Do I get any bonuses to stealth? Goblin? I don't know.
Well, if you were medium, you would get the small size bonus, but no, you don't get it.
Because of the spell, I mean, and then on a goblin. I don't think I do.
You do not have any of the other creatures' abilities.
It doesn't say. Okay.
Although it is a polymorph spell, so you do have a 10-foot increase in your move speed because goblins move at, I believe goblins move at 30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you have a 30-foot base move speed now. The other thing,
I'll stick a token.
Which so my move is 60 now.
Give me a disguise check.
Yeah, that's the good one.
You have a plus 10 bonus from the spell.
Yeah, I wish I had a disguise ability.
No, Rex.
Nope. Should have thought of that one ahead of time.
10 charisma.
1d20 plus 10. Here it comes.
Kitty!
Oh, God.
Okay.
15.
If any goblin knows that goblin, or any person on the surface knows that goblin, they're going to be very suspicious. And if anybody specifically knows you, they might pick up an inkling on it. There's potential.
Okay, that's okay.
Okay. What do you do? Now you're dressed up as a goblin. Your arms, or you're not dressed up as a goblin. You cast a spell through extract form that allowed you to assume the form of a recently slain goblin.
Right.
This has also granted you access to your arm again. You've removed your armor, and you've hidden your guns on your person in a way that makes them a little bit difficult to see.
Yes.
What do you do?
So, is there a place between the sewers and the harbor where she can take refuge?
Well, there's multiple sewers. Like the sewers go beneath the harbor. In fact, a lot of the sewers exit near the harbor. So a lot of the larger chunks of sewer are near the harbored area.
Okay.
So there are places along the way to hide out. Now, if there was a sudden and a sudden and large storm, it might not be good to be in the sewers near the exits.
So we'll go to where there's an exit around the harbor. We'll get into the harbor through the sewers, and I'll keep her in that area so that she can either get in the sewers or out of the sewers, depending on what where the threat is.
Okay.
But keep her close and
Right.
give her the freedom to get out. You know what I mean?
All right. Give me a. I suppose you'd be using your engineering knowledge to navigate the sewers.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a knowledge engineering roll to navigate.
Okay. 28.
Okay. Yeah. You have no problem reading the markings that are in the stones. They're somewhat high for your short stature. But yeah, no, the people who service the sewers, and sewers do need to be serviced, do leave markings in the tunnels, and you basically read the subway map while you're down there to navigate through.
Okay.
There's a few places where you have to, circle around. Give me a percentile roll.
Okay. One first thing. Hey, Kenny.
Nightbot's a dick. Oh, geez, Nightbot.
40,
Wow,
40,
that's pretty aggressive.
43.
Bad Nightbot.
43.
Let me check.
PM it to Marty, and then he can post it in the chat. Normally I do that. They would normally PM it to me, but I'm DMing right now.
Last time I looked, there were like 2 settings. One's Twitch and one's
because that response was like.
Oh, that was awful. I'm gonna. Go
that was a horrible response.
I'm gonna go look at Nightbot right now. See what's going on.
Nightbot, what's wrong with you? You need to tune up.
I did not code it.
All right. So you do not
percentile.
encounter any major resistance within the sewers. There were several rats of extraordinary size, as well as a couple of individual goblins. How do you deal with these threats?
Oh, just get the dog to scare them away.
Yeah. So you scare them away. Do you use your guns or not to scare them?
No.
Okay. There's a couple of growling barks.
There's some crossbows around where the goblins were, right?
Yep.
Alright, let's pick up 1 or 2.
Okay.
And just have them around.
You have a couple of shitty light crossbows.
That's fine. I can do enough damage to make them turn around.
Okay.
But I'll let the dog like scare them off.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You navigate your way through the sewers. You are beneath the harbor district. There is a small landing that you have Adorana, and Buttercup waiting at. It is a platform that is specifically designed to be out of the way of the mass flow. You need a serious flood in the city before this place would be at a risk, with your rather significant engineering knowledge.
Okay.
You are beneath the harbor district. There's a lot of ships in and around here. You've kind of been out in this region for a couple of days now. What do you do?
So I'm looking for the dudes that are shady. So the stuff that they are dealing in. So like gunpowder, are they dealing with? What's it called? Smuggling gunpowder?
Are they smuggling gunpowder?
Is that one of the things they smuggle?
Would they smuggle gunpowder? Gunpowder, yes. Of the things they smuggle, gunpowder would be a very basic one. The bit more improved forms of gunpowder, there's some people that have made gunpowder which is makes much less smoke. You know that
I do.
the ones that you use are specifically a much less smoky powder, and you know that if you loaded your guns with a powder that has a typical amount of smoke, you wouldn't be able to see by the time you finished unloading your pistol.
Okay. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna drink a potion called. I'm gonna take a second to make a potion called Heightened Awareness.
Okay.
And that basically gives me. It's gonna last for about 2 hours. +2 confidence on perception and all knowledge checks that you're trained in, and I get a bonus to initiative check for +4.
That's awesome. Okay, so you make an awesome potion. You eat a coffee bean as part of casting the spell.
Yeah, basically. I'm also gonna. Shield is useless right now. I leave her a shield. And I leave her an expeditious retreat.
What's this for?
Just in case anything happens.
Just in case anything happens.
You do assume the exact voice of the creature that was killed.
Yeah.
She sneers at you and takes your potions.
What else?
Do you give her any advice on light?
Yeah. Don't turn any lights on. Don't use any fires.
How am I supposed to see down here?
Hold on.
Where's my dark vision? How long does this last? Oh yeah, there you go.
While you're in this form, you have innate dark vision.
Here.
He's gonna sit there and make a potion. There we go. He gives her another potion.
Is you wanna let you see in the dark?
This
Alright.
will last for a long time.
Don't take
Well,
too long.
hours.
If I'm lucky, hopefully I'll find them soon. I hate myself right now.
I'm already starting to itch down here.
Alright, I'm going.
Buttercup's gonna get fleas or worse, some sort of worm.
Worm. Ah, shit, it's affecting my hunger. Ow. I gotta get out of here.
He scampers out.
Where the hell are they? Aww.
All right.
Okay, so he's gonna go invisible. I'm gonna drink a potion of invisibility.
Okay.
And actually, I'm gonna hold on to it.
Okay.
And when I people look like they're kind of hiding out of, they're doing business, but they're kind of out of the way.
Well, step one is going to be extracting yourself from the sewer.
Oh,
So we have
if
a
people are
we have
around, they'll just
we
go
have a heavily
invisible?
armed goblin crawling out of the sewers.
Armed. I just
You've
have
got 2 crossbows. You've got a bag of armor. You've got multiple other things strapped to your person, an alchemy kit, and a bunch of bombs.
I'll put the crossbows away. Put them down.
Okay, so you leave the crossbows with Adarana.
Yep. Leave them there. Now, can I just? Is it easy for me to get out without being noticed, or maybe because I kind of see it as being off to the side, so I can just kind of walk out.
You have no. You have 2 options. You can try to come out through a
Grate or
storm
something?
drain, or you are coming out through effectively a manhole.
Oh,
one requires a strength check. One requires an escape artist check. If you're trying to be out sneakily, if you're trying to go to like the walking exit, would take you out over the edge and into the water, and then it'd be a climb check up the side.
I still have my strength, right?
Your strength has not changed. You do not have. You're not constrained to their ability scores.
All right. Manhole.
Okay. All right. Now to sort of peek. Do you want to peek out, or are you just sort of like popping out?
Well, yeah. I
Jack
mean,
in the box.
that's kind of yeah. That I assume it's like, okay, coast is clear, kind of thing.
Okay.
Knowledge engineering. Can I get like a rod and just like kind of push it up?
Yeah. Usually you do it from the top, but you can do it from the bottom. Give me a knowledge engineering check.
Okay, one sec, guys. There we go. All right.
You could probably use the lever as it's on one of the light crossbows to sort of pry this thing open. You might break the crossbow in the process.
Don't care.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll take one of those. When the coast is clear, just pop out.
Okay. DC 10 strength check. You have a +2 bonus from using a pry bar. You have a -4 penalty from being little on strength checks.
So plus -1.
Okay. Well.
Nope.
Okay. So you're kind of levering on it.
I got another crossbow, or I'll try it again.
Yeah.
Is the coast still clear?
The crossbow didn't break. Oh.
The coast is still clear?
Well, you have to sort of pry it up. As far as you can tell, it's clear. You're mostly listening.
Okay. 10.
Okay. You just barely pry it up. Now you can sort of flip it off, or you can try to hold it and peek.
No. Hold it and peek.
Okay. Give us a perception check.
Okay. $1d20 plus 18. 27.
Okay. Yeah, there's a couple of people in the streets, but nobody seems to be particularly interested in this. You see one person who appears to be some sort of like low-level Imperial Guard type guy wandering. He doesn't look like he's in a big group, and then there's a couple of business-looking types, and a lady of unknown repute.
Sweet. Well, it looks like it's safe to come out.
Okay, give us a strength check to sort of you've been there for a little bit to hold it. The DC has been reduced by 2, so it's DC 8.
Oh boy.
The crossbow snaps and the thing bangs shut.
1d20. Let's get the other crossbow out here. 1d20 minus 1. Again, it's to 10.
You've pried it up once. It's a little bit looser. It's DC 8.
Okay. Yay!
Okay, no problems. You pry it off, no issues. Okay, do you come out or
Yep.
you?
Yep.
Roll a.
Hey.
Roll a D4. On a 1, somebody noticed.
Yep.
Okay. There was 2 businessmen, a woman, and a guard. Roll a D5. Okay. There is a middle-class looking man kind of standing kind of rather near you, looking at you with a concerned look on his face.
Well, he picks his nose and he farts a little bit.
Hey, where's the harbor? That way.
And he just runs and he poops a little bit as he goes.
Charisma check or diplomacy check?
What am I at? +1, -1?
You're at whatever you have for diplomacy.
Oh God.
You're kind of acting.
3. I'm doing it the way I'm doing it.
You hear the distinct sound of guard. He's calling for the guard that he sees within sight, and he does look afraid of you.
I drink an invisibility potion and I get out of there. I move at 60.
Okay. There's some concerned sounds, and there's goblins escaping from the sewers. You run away.
Yeah. It's gonna
Okay.
last for 12 minutes.
All right. You can easily outpace any of the guards, or outpace any sort of their quarantine
I'm invisible.
zone.
They're not. There's no way they're following me.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Okie dokie. Perception is 1d20 plus 18. 21.
Okay. You on the distance you hear so the mildest get a pry bar, it's stuck. Type
Okay.
like on the wind.
Let's go and listen to those guys. Stealth.
Okay. You're invisible. So
So
yes, you're effectively a fart in the wind unless somebody has the invisibility up.
I have a 26 stealth, so.
Okay. Two more guards have shown up, and they're currently trying to pry the manhole cover up, and they seem to be having problems with it. Marty, if you could roll the opposed strength check of Adarana.
She's down there keeping
She's just holding the lid closed.
Let me see, where's her character sheet here?
Diplomat.
She's not raging, she's just strengthing. Strength or grapple?
We can go with grapple. Grapple sounds good.
No. Mom.
Okay, the guards get a 5.
She has a plus 15 on her roll. She gets a 29.
Okay, so they're saying it's stuck. You hear one person going, "The goblin was able to lift it, it can't be stuck." They're pushing each other out of the way.
Gobble Ogre sticks his head out of sewer. Oh, hello.
It's up to you whether or not you're concerned. The guards don't look overly... These would not be the type of guards they would use to enforce rule in Enclave. The guards that they use in Enclave, especially the human guards in Enclave, are far more experienced than these men.
I'll let her be, but I think I'll hear like, so I'd be able to go and help.
Okay. Okay, you're now in the Harbor District. You're currently invisible. You are looking like a goblin. There's been a small alarm that goblins have been coming out of the sewers, but since it's only one in a small area, it's not taken overly seriously.
Okay. Alright, try to look for somebody who's doing some kind of shady business.
Okay. Are you just wandering around and looking?
What I'm actually going to do is look for people that are counting, like, oh, there's 20 boxes, and then, like, take a quick count. Oh, there's 21 boxes, or 22 boxes. Something like, something quick like that.
So you're trying to go to where they're loading boats?
Yeah, and see maybe the guy who's actually got the... there's usually a guy who's got like the manifest for the ships.
Mm-hmm.
And is he what race is he? And what race are the guys, by the way?
This is the Harbor District. There are dozens of different boats.
So what kind of... Okay, so... I'm looking for a non-human...
Like smaller tugs, it might be over 100. If you're talking about the large caravels only, it's a couple dozen large caravels.
So I'm looking for the...
The galleon that you escaped from is sitting right in the middle of the harbor.
Great.
And it looks like boat traffic isn't going to and fro.
No. It seems like it's on lockdown, so there's minimal loading or unloading going on. In fact, it seems like there's more unloading than loading.
Okay.
Your invisibility potion at this point has run out. You've ran over.
Yeah.
Take a closer look.
Yeah. So stealthing around. I have a high stealth.
Okay. Are you sticking only to back alleyways, or are you crossing major roads, or are you trying to like catch a ride on a cart? How are we sneaking?
Alleyways. What I want to try to do is perhaps talk to one of the bars where people are at, like the bars. What's it called? Watering holes, taverns, whatever they call them.
So you're trying to find a really rough tavern in the Harbor District?
Yep.
Okay.
Am I the Goblin Cutter? This guy?
You're the Goblin Cutter, yes.
Awesome.
You've got the little tuft of hair, the bat-like ears, the bat wing-like ears.
Alright.
Okay, you find a tough-looking tavern. Give me a stealth check.
Give me a sec. 34.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to navigate the streets with. If anybody did notice you, they didn't make it readily apparent. You found you found a tavern. Marty, what do we call a tavern? Let's.
The Drowning Fish.
Sounds good.
Or the Drowning Whale.
I like the Drowning Fish.
Whatever.
Okay, so we're at the Drowning Fish pub. Their symbol is a somewhat stylized upside down fish. It looks like it was one that was jumping out of the water. Somebody has carved X's into its eyes.
Sweet. Flavor. Rose end. Okay.
I was gonna have a cannon in its name, but the Vulgar Unicorn. That is an awesome name that goes on the list.
Yeah, I'm going to save all those.
The Vulgar Unicorn is amazing. It's just got one of those like African fertility statues, but with a unicorn. It's a unicorn with a massive dong.
I will have some coins like in my ready, like in my pouch, and
Okay.
I'm going to walk in.
All right. It appears that the tavern is quite bustling at this point in time, as a lot of the guys who would be loading and unloading ships
doing anything
apparently
right now.
aren't being paid while the harbors are on lockdown. They're only getting paid for work that they do. This tavern, it's crowded. It's somewhat sort of a greasy sort of seaside smell to it. There is a large pot-bellied man with a heavy beard manning the bar. When you walk through the door, it's kind of like every Western known to man, where everybody stops and kind of turns to look. You're just you're stepping in with swagger. Give me a charisma check.
Oh god.
This is not because he's a goblin. This is because of the way he built his character.
17.
Okay.
Don't you? Oh yeah, charisma check. You only have +0. What is Donovan's plus on his diplomacy check?
Like 30?
Yeah, I can make a gun out of grass.
You could be the Star Trek episode with the Gorn. You could just make a gun out of raw bits. Okay. They look at you for a second. You kind of stride in like you belong there. Fair enough. I suppose you belong there. People assume that you're on some sort of business for someone. They're not. You can hear some snickering, but nobody's being outwardly aggressive towards you.
Okay. To the bar, the side of the bar.
Yeah, down here.
Kind of hop up on a stool, I guess like on his knees, kind of like sitting up almost.
Don't get filth on the seat.
Yeah, I only pooped an hour ago. Should be clean. Drink.
But is it a copper now? What is it?
It would normally be somewhere in a couple of copper.
He puts down whatever the price of it is, and he puts down 5 gold pieces.
And the brothers. Someone of importance wants to speak with him.
That's a good one too. he pulls out a shot glass. He pours some. He